Caitlin particularly faces, maybe within tonight's game or just in general as you've gotten used to coaching her, just what you see she's enduring physically?
Are you trying to get me fined again?
Coach Stephanie White didn't come into the press room smiling. You could tell she was upset the moment she sat down.
The concern?
Yeah, if that's the one she was grabbing at. I don't know which one it was, but yeah, I mean, that's it.
Her eyes said it all. Something had been bothering her for a long time.
I mean, there's a level of physicality that they're able to play with against her. I knew it as an opponent, and I see it as her coach. And I'm not exactly sure why, but it just is what it is. And we've got to help her learn to adjust and use it against them in certain ways. We've got to find some ways to make it a little bit easier for her. But the level of physicality overall in our league has been at a different level than it's been for a long time.
That's a powerful thing to admit. It means this problem has been going on for a while, and now it's hurting her team. Fever had just won their third game in a row. The fans were cheering, but something happened to Caitlin.
This is potentially a disaster for the city of Indianapolis, the Indiana Fever. They're hosting the All-Star game. We just found out Caitlin Clark was going to be in the three-point contest.
She grabbed her leg and looked like she was in pain.
She's going to walk over. She knows she's injured, and it looked bad, folks. She was on the bench, had her head wrapped in a towel. She's crying.
It was really hard to watch. This wasn't a new injury. It was the same groin problem that hurt her before. And the worst part? The refs didn't stop the rough play.
The referees was a complete disaster.
They let players be too physical with her, just like they have all season.
There was no calls by the referees, and it's getting out of control at this point.
Before the injury, things were actually looking amazing for the Fever. The game was in Boston, but you wouldn't know it by the crowd. It felt like the whole building was full of Fever fans. It sounded more like Indiana than Connecticut. Even though the Sun were supposed to be the home team, the Fever took over. They played great basketball. Kelsey Mitchell scored 20 points, and Natasha Howard had a huge night too, with 18 points and 13 rebounds. The team looked strong and full of confidence. They won the game 85-77, making it their third win in a row. Their playoff chances were starting to look really good, but just when everything seemed perfect, it all changed in one scary moment. Right after making a pass, Caitlin Clark suddenly grabbed her leg and fell to the floor. At first, it looked like a normal play, but then people noticed her face. She was in pain, serious pain. The crowd, which had been loud and happy just seconds before, went totally silent. Everyone knew right away. This wasn't just a small bump. Caitlin was hurt. She walked to the bench, and she was crying. That's not something you see from her. She's tough and usually doesn't show it, but this time it was different. Doctors came to check on her, but it might be too late. Her coach, Stephanie White, said Caitlin felt something in her groin and would need to be looked at more closely. What made it even sadder? The WNBA All-Star game was just days away, and Caitlin was supposed to be the captain. Now, she said in her social media post, she won't play. After Caitlin sat on the bench hurt, people started thinking back on how strange this game felt from the beginning. Caitlin was playing harder than ever. She drove to the basket with more force, passed the ball faster, and didn't back down. Every play seemed to mean something to her. Players were bumping each other. Even when the ball wasn't in play, the refs had to break things up more than once. This wasn't just about winning anymore. It felt like payback. And for a while, Caitlin was winning that battle until she got hurt. But things didn't just go wrong because of the injury. The referees made it worse, much worse. Instead of making fair calls, the refs let the game get out of control. They missed clear fouls. They let rough play go on without blowing the whistle. Even when players got elbowed or slapped, nothing happened. The refs didn't even stop to check the replays. Everyone watching was confused. Fans, announcers, even the players on the court. Caitlin was getting hit again and again, and no one was calling anything. She tried to stay calm, but you could see she was getting upset. Finally, she got into a big argument with one of the refs. He said something that really got to her. You could see it in her face. She'd had enough. Even Caitlyn's brother posted online, blaming the refs for what happened. And after the game, Coach Stephanie White spoke out. She didn't hide her feelings. She said what many people had already been thinking. The WNBA isn't protecting Caitlyn the way they should. It's not just about one game. All season long, she's been treated differently. Other star players get fouls called when they're touched, but when Caitlyn gets knocked around, nothing. It's unfair, and now it's becoming dangerous. The WNBA has a big problem. If they don't start protecting their players, especially their biggest star, they could lose something very special. Let's all hope Caitlyn gets better soon. And if you care about players being treated fairly, now's the time to speak up. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss what happens next. And hey, drop a kind message for Caitlyn in the comments. She needs it.